Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Today's character, in supportive of the food theme for October, is 家, home. For Chinese, home is made of this dome with a chimney on the top. That is your privacy, your private boundary with a chimney. The main function of the home is kitchen, is cooking, because by the dome itself, yes, you have your boundary, but you don't have the utility to use this space as a cooking venue as well. And home cooking is the ultimate home function in there. Okay, underneath this private boundary setting thing, we have the pig symbol underneath. Pig symbol is made of the four legs of the pig and the tail. This is a side view of the pig. And then the head is simplified into just one horizontal line because for Chinese, probably pig is not that important in understanding or describing out, visualize its head. We have another character that means wild animals, that's a mammal, also four legs with tail, but with a head depicted, because that's a wild animal, it can be a predator. So drawing out the head with the jaw lines and eyeball in there, it's a simplification as well, but the head was depicted, means we humans have to regard them as the risk, not exactly the food source, because it's undetermined who will be the food source over there when you're encountered a wild animal. Versus a pig doesn't really have that head function because it cannot bite you anymore. And so Chinese simplify that into one horizontal line. Anyways, pig under the dome with a kitchen. Pig in the kitchen, basically, is a Chinese definition of home. Let's think about what home means in today's world, 2024. Okay, ideal American dream would be single family house. And that space, that privacy, that boundary, like the ultimate boundary, right? You have your four walls, not share with any neighbors. You have your own space. It maybe even have your own yard as a buffer room, as that boundary setting thing. So that's universal today and Chinese thousands of years ago. Okay, privacy. However, well, in today's home concept, this idealized home ownership as a space ownership, when we describe home in today's world, is because today home ownership is harder. This space ownership almost like means your social status that you can afford a single family house, right? So that is from today's standard versus back then. Okay, having this private space is not a big deal back then, I would imagine, right? Because I mean, probably the economy of space versus population was not that of a like today's. I'm not sure if it's overpopulation or underpopulation and how the demographics are going to change, all that complications. But in ancient times, for sure, when the characters was created, this boundary setting of your private space versus the public was not a difficult thing. That's like a given back then. However, owning the pig is a major asset, value to add to your home. Therefore, Chinese put pig ownership as the definitive character of home ownership back then. I hope it makes a little sense. I'm going to show you the three combinations of home concept made into our vocabulary. 宜家 is Chinese translation of IKEA. It sounds like IKEA, 宜家. It also makes the meaning of comfy home, which is exactly what their mission is, make your home comfortable, right? So I talked about 宜家 in one episode before. I gave them the top grade of whoever does this translation did an A+ job. 家和万事兴 is another Chinese expression to say, once you have harmony at home, you see the sequence, like this is the precondition for you to 万事兴 1 means 10,000. So 10,000 is a Chinese way to mean whatever. 事 means endeavors, like whatever endeavors you want to go after, it's going to 兴 be thriving in that arena. So that means harmony at home is the foundational or the condition for everything else. When you want to succeed, succeed at home first. Great lesson, right? Okay. 千家万户, 10,000 homes. No, okay. 千 is 1,000 in Chinese. So 1,000 homes and 10,000 doors. Okay. At first, I thought 千家万户, 千 and 1 are interchangeable because they're big numbers. Like, who cares? One, it becomes 1,000 and 10,000. The relative to individuals is like, that's a demographic description. And that's a statistics back then, like has really little relevance to our own life, right? However, these are, when you think about it, why we pair 1,000 with home, about 10,000 with door. Door means, you know, it's an individual living space. Door is the separator between your private and public space. And we have 10,000 of those versus 1,000 home. The difference is if they have to pick, if they have the ultimate asset ownership back then, comparable to today's single family house. Okay, so that's the ideal of home ownership in ancient times. All right, so there we go, 家, home. And I want to point out, when you search home concept in today's Google, right, it most likely will land in a living room of somebody's. That makes sense, right? Because that's the first visible part of a visitor to the home. In Chinese concept, home is about a kitchen, from the chimney on the top to the pig in the kitchen, like food source, and the good food, like protein, right? It's rarer or more valuable than the agricultural products. That food source plus the processing of food, which is the kitchen, that's the definition of home. So there you go. You know how important it is, food security for Chinese culture. 家. Thank you for your time. See you another day.